Improving your Google Ads click-through rates can be extremely beneficial for reducing your cost per click, getting you more clicks and better results overall. So you can see here in this campaign, well, this account, I should say, we've got a click-through rate of 7.84%, which is probably on the higher end. I guess it depends on what industry or what niche you're in, but it's leading us to some pretty solid results in this account. Now, the click-through rate is really just the number of times that people click on your ad over the times that it shows in the search results. So let's say you're a landscaper in Phoenix, Arizona. If somebody does a search and your ad shows up, but they don't click on it, then that's just an impression. If your ad shows up and they click on it, then that counts as a click, and then they can do that. Google Ads can do that math to figure out what your click-through rate is. And there's a whole bunch of different things that will impact your click-through rate. I like to just show people this example because it makes things a little more straightforward if you look at an actual search result page. So in this example, we're looking at landscapers in Phoenix, and I'm seeing two ads here that show up at the very top. If you notice, this ad up here is maybe twice as big as this ad. This one just has two little headlines and one simple description. This one has two headlines, two descriptions, and then a bunch of site link extensions down here at the bottom, right? Now, the larger your ad is, the more likely it is that people are going to click on it because it takes up more of the page, it's taking up more space, it's more visible, it's more in people's face. And so having an ad that has a whole bunch of different elements, multiple headlines, multiple descriptions, site link extensions, call out extensions, structured snippet extensions, etc., etc. All of those will make your ad larger on the search results page. We can take a look at another example, roofers in Phoenix. This looks basically the same. So we've got this big one up here, this little one down here. And because this one's taking up more room up at the top of the page here, it's going to, by default, get a higher average click-through rate. So there are things you can do actively within Google Ads to improve your click-through rate, like adding extensions to your ads so that your ads take up more space. So that's one element. Now the other thing here is both of these big ads show up in the number one spot in the ads, right? It's the first ad that you see. So the first ad that you see is also likely to get a higher click-through rate than the second ad that you see, which just makes sense because this one's going to be seen first, and so more people are going to, after seeing that first ad, people are going to make a decision, yep, this is who I want to work with, or who I want to check out, and they're going to click on this ad. So the positioning of your ad also impacts your click-through rate as well. If your ad is showing up all the way down here at the very bottom of the page, your click-through rate is probably going to be pretty low because it's going to be showing up here a lot, and most people are never even going to see it, right? They're going to see these ads at the top, and they're never going to scroll all the way down to here where they see this ad at the bottom of the page. And this can be, the ad positioning can be impacted by a number of different factors. But this ties into the next point, which is the quality of the ads. And the quality of the ads will also impact your positioning. So this ad probably isn't the absolute greatest performing ad in the world, which is why they're showing it down at the bottom of the page right now. So if somebody is searching for landscapers in Phoenix, and your ad talks about Phoenix landscaping, then in the ad, and then when somebody clicks on the ad, your landing page talks about Phoenix landscaping or Phoenix landscapers, then that ad is going to be highly congruent to what somebody searched up here, landscapers in Phoenix. The ad says basically the same thing. The landing page says basically the same thing. That's what we call a highly congruent ad. And that, when an ad is congruent with what somebody searches, it's going to get higher click-through rate, better performance. Google is just going to like the performance of the ad better in general, in part because Google's main goal is to keep people coming back to Google, so they keep clicking on ads so they can continue to run an advertising business, right? That's the whole name of the game here. And they want to improve user experience so that people love Google and they want to use Google over any other search engine out there. And in part, that is through their algorithms. So the algorithm is specifically designed to favor the results in the ads and in the organic results, but we're just talking about ads right now. It's designed to favor the ads that are providing a better user experience. And a good user experience will look like congruency, having lots of information so that people have a lot that they can click on. So having extensions, having your ad be big, having it show up at the top of the page. All of these things are sort of interlinked, if you will. So the more refined your ads get, the more congruent they get, and the better experience people are having with your ads, the better click-through rate you're going to get, and the better results you're going to get overall. Now, there's a couple of places where you can actually look at your click-through rate and some different things that may be impacting your click-through rate. So you can obviously check your campaigns. I'm viewing all the campaigns in this account. We just have one campaign running right now. And we can see the click-through rate is 7.84% here, right? There's a bunch of different stuff that we could take a look at as well, but we can also take a look at the same thing from the ad group level, right? So we can see that there's a different click-through rate for different ad groups. We can also look at the ads themselves or even the keywords. So each of these keywords will also have their own click-through rate. I was looking at the cost per click. But like some of these terms have 25% click-through rate, some of them 21% click-through rate, 27%, some of them only 4%, right? And of course, the ads and the keywords and the ad groups are what are going to make up the overall click-through rate in this campaign here, right? And so if we want to improve the click-through rate of our campaign, we would want to improve the click-through rate of our ad groups, our keywords, our ads, everything, ultimately. And that is what's going to foster a better click-through rate for our whole campaign. And there's some different things we can look at, like quality score. So, we were talking earlier about the relevance of an ad. So if somebody searches for landscapers in Phoenix and your ad talks about that and your landing page talks about that, then that's going to be a highly congruent ad, right? Well, the quality score, if you look at the quality score in your account for the keywords, this is going to give you an indication that maybe there are some keywords that don't have that great of a quality score. And you'll see that typically their click-through rate is not that great. So this is 5% click-through rate. It's a 5 out of 10 quality score. This one's an 8 out of 10 quality score, 21% click-through rate. 5 out of 10 quality score, 8% click-through rate. 8 out of 10 quality score, 25% click-through rate. So you'll start to see some trends coming along here. 10 out of 10, 27% click-through rate. That's probably one of the highest. But essentially, the higher the quality score, or the more relevant your ad copy and your landing page, the higher your quality score is going to go, the higher your click-through rate's going to go, which is also going to help bring down the cost per click. You're not going to have to pay as much because the quality of your ads is way better, which will ultimately drive down your costs and increase your return on ad spend, right, and everything from there. So I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about in terms of how to improve your Google Ads click-through rates or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there.
Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here, and really just see that this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.